A huge slice of New York's most iconic assets, including its biggest sports teams and famous arenas, is controlled by just a handful of Irish families. They live in a world where a single diamond ring sells for $2.6 million, and a family home can be worth $70 million. Today, we're counting down the 5 richest Irish families in New York. Wait till you see which family's story involves a shocking political scandal that ended a presidential dream overnight. Number 5. The Kennedy family to $1.2 billion. First on our list is a name that is basically American royalty. The Kennedys are a political dynasty with a massive fortune. Their wealth is estimated to be around $1.2 billion. The family's money story starts with Joseph P. Kennedy Sr. He made smart moves in stocks and Hollywood film studios. He also secured rights to import liquor after Prohibition ended. It is a common myth that he was a bootlegger. Historians have found no evidence to support this claim. One of his biggest wins was in real estate. He bought Chicago's Merchandise Mart, then the world's largest building. The family held onto it for decades. In 1998, they sold the property for a massive $625 million in cash. This single deal provided a huge amount of money for the family. It helped secure their wealth for future generations. Today, the family's money is managed by a private office. It is called Joseph P. Kennedy Enterprises. A great example is their Wolf Point property in Chicago. This is a rare 4-acre site where the city's river branches meet. The family has owned this incredible piece of land since 1949. They recently partnered on a massive 3-tower development there. This project includes the new Salesforce Tower. The financing for this project shows the scale of their wealth. One recent refinancing deal alone was for $610 million. The Kennedy family's lifestyle is just as legendary as their business deals. Their famous Kennedy compound in Hyannisport is a key part of their story. It includes 3 houses on 6 oceanfront acres. Public records show the main house alone is assessed at nearly $10 million. This is likely a low estimate of its real market value. The family's former Palm Beach home gives an even clearer picture. Known as the Winter White House, it was sold by the family in 1995. The price then was $4.9 million. It later sold for a staggering $70 million in 2020. Their New York City homes are also in a league of their own. Jackie Kennedy's former duplex on Fifth Avenue is a great example. It was sold for $9.5 million back in 1996. A similar apartment in the same building later sold for $32 million. Another famous family home was Hickory Hill in Virginia. This was Robert F. Kennedy's house. It sold in 2009 for $8.25 million. These are not just houses, they are pieces of American history. The family's luxury lifestyle also extended to their famous yachts. The Honey Fitz was the presidential yacht that JFK loved to use. After it was no longer in service, it was sold to a private owner. An oil man bought the famous yacht for about $5.9 million in 1998. It has since been restored and is now chartered for elite events. JFK also had a beloved sailboat named Victoria. It is now on display at the JFK Library. It serves as a physical reminder of the family's Camelot era. Even the family's personal items are worth a fortune. The 1996 auction of Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis's estate was a major event. It brought in a total of $34.5 million. The most talked about item was her diamond engagement ring. The 40-carat diamond ring sold for nearly $2.6 million. That single piece of jewelry was worth more than most luxury homes. Of course, the Kennedy name is also tied to controversy. The Chappaquiddick incident in 1969 deeply affected Ted Kennedy's career. He drove his car off a bridge, and his passenger, Mary Jo Kopechne, died. He pleaded guilty to leaving the scene of an accident. This event ended his chances of ever becoming president. It remains a dark chapter in the family's history. Number 4. Frank H. McCourt Jr. to $1.4 billion. While the Kennedys built a fortune over generations, another billionaire made his through a series of high-risk, high-reward deals in the modern era. Frank H. McCourt Jr. has a net worth of around $1.4 billion. His company, McCourt Global, has been based in New York since 2013. It operates from the 43rd floor of a skyscraper on 7th Avenue. From there, he manages his huge property and sports investments. McCourt's path to becoming a billionaire is a story of big risks and even bigger rewards. His most famous deal was the sale of the Los Angeles Dodgers. He bought the baseball team in 2004. In 2012, he sold it for a record-breaking $2.15 billion. But the real genius of the deal was in the land. McCourt kept a stake in the land around Dodger Stadium. This includes the valuable parking lots. A new joint venture was formed. The new owners paid McCourt $150 million for a 50% share. This arrangement means an entity half owned by McCourt still collects about $14 million a year in rent from the team. That is a steady stream of cash that comes in year after year. After the Dodgers' sale, McCourt moved his company headquarters to New York. He started a new venture called McCourt Partners. He put over $1 billion into this new company. It focuses on building new properties from the ground up. This move solidified his position as a major player in New York real estate. He also made a move into European sports. In 2016, he bought the French soccer club Olympique de Marseille. He paid about $49 million for the team. He then promised to invest another $220 million over 4 years. This project was expensive. The team lost over $200 million in the early seasons as it was being rebuilt. It showed he was willing to spend big to achieve his goals. McCourt's personal spending is just as eye-popping as his business deals. Just weeks after the Dodgers sale, he bought a full-floor apartment on Fifth Avenue. The price tag was a stunning $50 million. It was one of the most expensive co-op apartments on the street at the time. The apartment is about 5,000 square feet and has 16 rooms. This purchase announced his arrival in New York's elite social circles. A year later, his company paid about $167 million for a development site in the Hudson Yards area. The plan is to build a massive 1 million square foot office tower. This is a classic real estate play in Manhattan's newest corporate district. McCourt is also known for his ambitious and sometimes controversial projects. He has proposed building a gondola to Dodger Stadium. The estimated cost has climbed to around $500 million. It would cost another $8 to $10 million a year to operate. He has also pledged $500 million to a project aimed at changing the internet. It is called Project Liberty. He even organized a bid to buy TikTok's US operations. This showed his ambition to play in the tech world. His lavish lifestyle was detailed during his high-profile divorce. Court documents described a household staff of 8 people. They also revealed constant private jet travel and stays in 5-star hotels. His real estate in the Holmby Hills area of Los Angeles included a main villa worth about $25 million. He also bought an adjacent home for over $6.5 million just to expand the property. Renovations on these homes cost tens of millions. This included a reported $12.4 million indoor pool complex. McCourt has also made huge charitable donations. He gifted $100 million to his alma mater, Georgetown University, in 2013. This was to create the McCourt School of Public Policy. In 2021, he gave another $100 million for scholarships. That is a total of $200 million to one university. His career has not been without controversy. The Dodgers faced financial trouble under his ownership. This led to Major League Baseball stepping in. The forced sale of the team was a rough moment for fans. But for McCourt, it resulted in a record-breaking payday. His divorce was also very public. His ex-wife received a settlement of $131 million in cash plus real estate. Number 3. The Mara family to $5.05 billion. Frank McCourt made his fortune by buying and selling sports teams. But the next family built their massive wealth by holding on to one team for a century. The Mara family is NFL royalty. They co-founded and have co-owned the New York Giants since 1925. Their story is a masterclass in turning a small investment into a multi-billion-dollar empire. The family's stake in the team is valued at around $5.05 billion. They have historically owned about half of the franchise. The other half is owned by the Tisch family. The family's journey to immense wealth started with a tiny investment. In 1925, a New York bookmaker named Tim Mara founded the Giants. He paid just $500 for the team. That $500 has since grown into one of the most valuable assets in all of sports. For decades, the Maras had full control of the team. But in 1991, they sold a 50% stake to the Tisch family. The price was $80 million. This deal created the Mara-Tisch partnership that still controls the team today. The value of the Giants has exploded over the years. In 2025, Forbes valued the team at a staggering $10.1 billion. This makes them the third most valuable team in the NFL. This valuation was confirmed in October 2025. NFL owners approved the sale of a small 10% stake to the Julia Koch family. The deal was based on a $10 billion valuation. This single team is the crown jewel of the Mara family's fortune. The family's wealth is also tied to the stadium where the Giants play. MetLife Stadium opened in 2010. It was built as a joint project between the Giants and the New York Jets. The total cost was $1.6 billion. At the time, it was the most expensive stadium ever built in the United States. This incredible building is a money-making machine. It generates huge amounts of revenue from luxury suites and club seats. The naming rights for the stadium are also incredibly valuable. MetLife signed a 25-year deal worth a reported $400 million. That is a steady stream of income for the team's owners. To help pay for the stadium, the team sold personal seat licenses, or PSLs. These are one-time fees fans pay for the right to buy season tickets. The prices for these licenses ranged from $1,000 to $20,000 per seat. This strategy raised an incredible $371 million. Even today, the prices for the best seats are sky-high. A seat in the exclusive EY Coaches Club requires a $20,000 PSL. On top of that, the season ticket costs another $7,300. This is how the team keeps its cash flow strong. The luxury suites at MetLife Stadium are another major source of income. A private box for a single Giants game can cost between $12,000 and $30,000. For big games, the price can go as high as $50,000. Companies and wealthy fans can also lease a suite for the entire year. These annual leases have been reported to cost between $270,000 and $1 million. The stadium's suites were designed to provide the ultimate VIP experience. They come with private parking, special entrances, and wet bars. The team's headquarters is another valuable asset. The Quest Diagnostics Training Center is a massive 198,700 square foot complex. It also brings in money through sponsorship deals. One previous naming rights deal was reportedly worth around $35 million. Like many long-standing institutions, the family has faced some controversies. In 2022, former coach Brian Flores filed a discrimination lawsuit that named the Giants. The case is still making its way through the courts. The team also faced criticism in 2016 for its handling of a domestic violence case involving one of its players. In 2018, the team and former quarterback Eli Manning settled a lawsuit over memorabilia. Number 2. The Dolan Family to $5.4 billion. Our next family is known for their loud, ambitious, and often controversial moves. The Dolan Family is a New York media and sports powerhouse. Their wealth is estimated to be around $5.4 billion. The family patriarch, Charles F. Dolan, was a cable TV pioneer. He founded HBO in 1972 and Cablevision in 1973. He then built an empire that now includes controlling stakes in Madison Square Garden Sports, which owns the New York Knicks and Rangers. They also control Madison Square Garden Entertainment, Sphere Entertainment, and AMC networks. The family's path to billions is marked by several massive deals. In 2016, they sold Cablevision for a staggering $17.7 billion. This deal turned decades of cable wealth into hard cash. It also ended their ownership of the TV and internet provider business. Their journey into sports began in 1995. Cablevision bought Madison Square Garden, along with the Knicks and Rangers, for over $1 billion. This became the cornerstone of their sports and entertainment empire. In 2010, they spun off MSG into its own public company. This laid the groundwork for the complex structure of their holdings today. The Dolan family now controls some of the most valuable assets in sports and entertainment. The New York Knicks are valued at an incredible $9.75 billion. The New York Rangers are valued at $3.5 billion. The family maintains control of these teams through special supervoting shares. This ensures they can make all the major decisions. They also own and operate iconic venues like Madison Square Garden and Radio City Music Hall. MSG itself underwent a massive $1 billion renovation between 2011 and 2013. This upgrade added premium clubs and suites, which led to much higher ticket prices. Their most ambitious project to date is the Sphere in Las Vegas. This futuristic venue cost about $2.3 billion to build. It has become a major attraction on the Las Vegas Strip. The outside of the Sphere is a giant LED screen. Advertisers pay about $450,000 a day or $650,000 a week to take over the entire exterior. This is one of the most expensive ad spaces in the world. The family also controls AMC networks through special stock that gives them more voting power. The Dolan family knows how to make money from their assets. The $1 billion renovation of Madison Square Garden was a huge success. It allowed them to charge much more for tickets and luxury suites. During the 2025 NBA playoffs, courtside seats for a Knicks game were selling for as much as $62,000 each on the secondary market. Even regular seats in the lower bowl were going for 5 figures. The Sphere in Las Vegas is another cash cow. The incredible ad revenue from its exterior screen is a major source of income. In 2023, the family also sold their stake in the Tao Group, a collection of high-end restaurants and nightclubs, for $550 million. The family's influence extends deep into New York City politics. Madison Square Garden sits on top of Penn Station. The arena's special operating permit was renewed for only 5 years in 2023. This shows how the city's long-term plans revolve around the Dolan's prized asset. However, the Dolan family's time in the spotlight has been filled with controversy. In 2007, Madison Square Garden was found liable in a major sexual harassment case. The company later settled for $11.5 million. More recently, MSG has been criticized for using facial recognition technology to ban lawyers from firms suing the company from their venues. The family's ownership of the Knicks has also been marked by public spats with former players and fans. Number 1. The Hearst Family, $22.4 billion. While the Dolans are a modern media and sports dynasty, our final family built an empire that has dominated American media for over a century. The Hearst family is a true media dynasty. Their massive fortune is estimated to be around $22.4 billion. The family's company, Hearst Communications, is headquartered in Manhattan's iconic Hearst Tower. They own a vast portfolio of magazines, newspapers, and TV stations. They also hold major stakes in huge media, brands like ESPN and A+E. The family's story begins with William Randolph Hearst. He built a coast-to-coast newspaper empire. He then expanded into magazines and broadcasting. Today, the family company is incredibly diversified. They own 20% of ESPN, with Disney owning the rest. They also have a 50/50 partnership with Disney in A+E networks. This includes channels like A and E, History, and Lifetime. These stakes generate a huge amount of cash and are the foundation of the family's wealth. When the Hearst family spends money, the numbers are stunning. Their headquarters, the Hearst Tower in New York City, cost about $500 million to build. It was the city's first environmentally friendly office skyscraper to receive a LEED Gold rating. The modern 46-story tower rises out of a historic 1,928 base. It even features a 2-story water wall in the lobby that recirculates rainwater. The family has also made billion-dollar deals to strengthen their business. In 2014, they paid nearly $2 billion to increase their stake in the financial information company, Fitch Group. In 2018, they bought the rest of the company for another $2.8 billion. This deal valued Fitch at $14 billion. It turned the old media company into a media and finance powerhouse. Even in the digital age, print is a big deal for the Hearsts. They paid an estimated $660 million for the San Francisco Chronicle. In 2011, they spent about $887 million to buy over 100 international magazine editions. This included the global license for Elle magazine. It was one of the biggest magazine deals of the last decade. Their TV holdings are also top tier. Their 20% stake in ESPN is incredibly valuable. ESPN remains one of America's most powerful media brands. The family's historic lifestyle is the stuff of legends. It is hard to top Hearst Castle in California. The incredible estate has 165 rooms and 127 acres of gardens. It features 2 famous pools. The guest list once included everyone from Charlie Chaplin to world leaders. The Neptune pool alone holds 345,000 gallons of water. A recent restoration of the pool cost $10 million. The castle now belongs to the state of California, but its incredible scale is a key part of the family's story. William Randolph Hearst also built a 110-room beach palace in Santa Monica. It cost around $7 million in the late 1922s. That is over $100 million in today's money. It had Italian marble pools and 37 fireplaces. Most of it is gone now, but the original guest house and marble pool still remain. The family also has a private retreat in Northern California called Windtune. It is a vast, perfectly kept estate that is not open to the public. The family's New York ties go far beyond their famous tower. A magnificent duplex apartment in the Hearst Tower on Park Avenue was originally created for William Randolph Hearst. It recently resurfaced on the market with an asking price of $22 million. The apartment is filled with imported ceilings and stained glass. The family also owns the massive Hearst Ranch on California's Central Coast. In 2005, they completed a $95 million conservation deal. This protected 82,000 acres of the ranch. It was one of the largest land preservation deals in the state's history. The family's name is also linked to major controversies. William Randolph Hearst is famous for his role in creating yellow journalism in the early 20th century. The 1974 kidnapping of his granddaughter, Patty Hearst, also became a huge national story. She was later convicted of crimes committed with her captors. President Jimmy Carter reduced her sentence, and President Bill Clinton later gave her a full pardon. So, which family story was the most insane to you? Was it the Kennedys' $70 million house, or the Dolans' $62,000 courtside seats? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the world's wealthiest families.